We're kind of at that stage where we're almost to the back end of our homeschool year. We've got about 3 months left and we're kind of losing steam, right? Just like the state of my homeschool room, things are kind of a little bit disorganized. And I thought that I would sit down and just kind of have a little heart-to-heart chat with you today to kind of talk through kind of what I've been processing up in here about the future of our homeschool and different things I want to focus on as I declutter and get rid of some of the things here in our homeschool. I hope that you'll hang out with me today and just have a little mama chat. As I've been thinking about how things are going, I've been feeling like it is time to kind of declutter our homeschool, so to speak. There are some things that I'm wanting to weed out, things that are not serving our purposes and not creating that kind of spark of excitement and enjoyment within the hearts of my kids and myself. And so it is time to kind of put some of those things away and rethink how we're doing things in our homeschool. First off, I have got my 3 bins here. 1 box for trash, 1 bin for things that we're going to keep but they need to migrate back to where they do belong, and then things that I need to either give away or sell. I have found, for me personally, just like everything in life, when I look at the overwhelming scope of everything that needs to be done, I get really overwhelmed. And so I find it really helpful for myself to focus on one task at a time and try to get that thing done before I move on to something else. So where are you guys at with your homeschool year? Are you happy with how things are going? Are you feeling burned out? Have you found something new that you're trying? I want to know where you're at. I'm seriously, I would love to sit down and just have a cup of coffee with any of you and have that conversation. I'm kind of feeling cluttered. There's a lot of stuff kind of going on up here and a lot of stuff going on around here. And I've been sensing this need to kind of declutter my life. I've been struggling, feeling like I just have so many things that I have to do and so many things that are dependent upon me to get them done. And that has been just kind of this weighty thing hanging over me. And I don't say that for you to pity me or to get a bunch of comments or anything like that. This is simply to let you know that if you find yourself in this place where you are stressed out and overwhelmed and trying to figure out how to make all these things work, you're not alone. Even an 8-year homeschooling mom still struggles trying to fit all the pieces together and figure out what is best, what is most important, and how do I do all the things. I feel like the Lord has been speaking to me lately about the importance of not trying to do so much and not trying to do it all in my own effort, because then I get to this place where I'm just stressed out and overwhelmed and exhausted and feel like I'm running in this hamster wheel and never getting anywhere. And it's not a healthy place to be. Over this last weekend, I had to come to the place where I had to just give it to the Lord and say, you know what? I can't deal with it anymore. I can't do this. I can't keep going the way that I've been going and be any kind of useful or helpful to anyone. I'm so thankful that God is faithful, that even in the midst of our struggles and our brokenness and our hardships, He is right there with us. And not only is He with us, He carries us through those times. If you are feeling lost, if you are feeling like what you're doing isn't working, that is normal. The Lord will illuminate the path for you, and He will be faithful to provide the next step. The Bible says that His word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And if we spend our time resting in Him and looking to Him for that guidance for what He wants us to do in our homeschool, how He wants us to be as a mother, He will be faithful to show us what that is for our family. So don't give up if you're struggling. Press forward, searching where you're at versus where you want to be, and ask Him to reveal to you how you can get to that place. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm in a season of just kind of processing what my end goals are for our homeschool and how I want things to look and be and feel like. I'm still kind of processing through what that looks like for our homeschool. But there's like this sense that there's things gonna be changing, and I'm really excited about how things are gonna look going forward for our homeschool. I'm still kind of working out the details, so I'm not quite ready to share all of those things here in this space yet, but I know that whatever it ends up being, it's gonna be great. I feel like we're on the cusp of something really, really great, and I'm super excited about that. A lot of this stuff has been things that have been sitting here for years that we just don't use, and I kind of have held on to it because I'm like, oh, I spent the money on it. I don't want to throw it away. But then it's just sitting here and it's cluttering up my life. It is time to get rid of some of these things. We started out the year doing Singapore math, and that has turned out to be not a great fit for us, and we have switched back to teaching textbooks for math. And I've got a video coming out next week about how we teach math. All of these Singapore math things that I bought at the beginning of the year are going to be going in that for sale bin, and I am happy to get this off my bookshelf. Okay, bookshelf is done. It's looking so much better, and look at all this stuff that I'm gonna get rid of. This entire box is curriculum and books that we just don't use anymore. This is all stuff that's gonna be going to the kids' rooms, and then a box full of trash. I think we're doing pretty good. Now it's time to move on to this shelf over here. These are all of our Knowledge Crate kits that we have gotten. The spring kit just came out on March 1st. We have absolutely been loving these kits. We still have some things from our winter kit left that we haven't gone through yet, so I want to keep all of this, but I'm going to consolidate all of our winter stuff into one of these boxes, and then the spring boxes we have just barely gotten into, so we still have a lot of stuff left, but they're obviously exploded all over the floor, so I need to get this kind of put back together and organized a little bit better. And if you're interested in checking them out yourself, you can get 15% off using the link in the description below. Over in our craft closet, I have a bin that is all of our paint supplies, and another one that is all a bunch of Play-Doh stuff. And so each of these kits comes with Play-Doh every month, as well as some paints for some of the projects that we're gonna do. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just move these over into the bins. I love having them in these totes because then the kids can just grab the tote out of the closet and then take it out and go play with it whenever they want to. Probably have a bunch of dried up paints and hardened Play-Dohs in here that we can get rid of. So let's do that too. I talked a little bit before about how a lot of times we kind of feel burned out this time of year and need to change things up. So for us right now, that has looked a whole lot more like more unschooling going on in our house, at least for a time, while I'm trying to get all of my thoughts and everything gathered. We have been sticking to doing math and some form of language arts every day, and we've been watching history documentaries, and we've been doing our own creative writing and playing outside a lot more and baking together and things like that. We have still been learning. We have still been active and busy. One of my boys has been really interested in learning how to do Photoshop lately, and so he's been doing some online tutorials as a third grader, which is super cool, and it's been totally self-driven. I love that aspect of homeschooling, about how we can allow our kids time to pursue their own interests, and that can turn into something truly amazing if we just let go and release a little bit of that control and trust our kids to make some of their own decisions and to take ownership of their education in some ways. Truly, that's one of the beautiful things about homeschooling, is that not every day has to look exactly the same, and not even every month. There are definitely seasons and times where we are much more regimented and kind of on task, and then there are times where things are just going on where we have to slow things down and kind of do things differently. Okay, I got this shelf put back together. It's looking really good. I'm very happy with it, but it's time for me to get started on dinner, so I'm gonna have to put a pause on this for today and pick up with the rest of it tomorrow. Okay, we are back at it again. Today, It's time to get what we call our craft closet decluttered and back in order. So let's get busy. If you are feeling like me, like you're in this kind of stagnant place and you're wanting to change things up, maybe take a step back and look at how you can involve your kids a little bit more in choosing what they want to learn about and finding ways to help them pursue those interests and just see where it goes. I think you'll be amazingly surprised at how your kids will get excited about learning again, and it will kind of kickstart that growth process. Have fun with it. Oh my goodness, this looks so much better, don't you think? These right here are where we keep our kids' schoolwork that they're either in progress or they're done doing. And so I normally don't clean this out until the end of the school year, where I put things away into our record file for the school year. So there's not a whole lot I need to go through right here. I just need to kind of tidy up here. And then these bins that are on the floor down here still need to be going through. So in all honesty, this project has been looming over me for weeks because I knew it was gonna take me a long time to get to. Where my fellow procrastinators at? I am trying to be better about eating the frog, so to speak. Getting that big project that's just kind of hanging over you, trying to get it done and get it out of the way so it's not there anymore. So this is feeling so good to get this taken care of. I feel like this is a hard time of year. We're a little bit burnt out with the curriculum that we're using and what we're doing, and kind of feeling like things need to change up a little bit just to keep things interesting and moving forward. Don't feel like you have to do every single lesson in the curriculum to have a successful homeschool. Don't be afraid to skip over the boring stuff and focus on the fun stuff. You have permission to do that as the homeschool parent. There's freedom here. Don't miss out on it. Now I just need to get the stuff that doesn't belong in here put away. If you find yourself in that place where you're just overwhelmed and stressed out and feeling like you're ready to quit, make sure you click on this video that will help give you some ideas about how to reset your mind frame and help you keep going forward. I hope this video encouraged you today. If it did, please hit that thumbs up button below. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.